Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. I'm happy that you are here. Welcome back. This podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur who is trying to get over that hump and make it happen and push through. This podcast is for anybody with a dream that wants to aspire higher and elevate themselves to success. This is episode 98. For 98 consecutive weeks, I have been motivating and inspiring all of you out there, and I've been motivating and inspiring myself. I'm not perfect. I'm not this happy-go-lucky person that doesn't get worn out. I get worn out a lot, and I get motivated by doing this podcast and by all of the feedback that I get from you guys out there. So I really appreciate all of the subscribers and faithful listeners out there. In celebration of the 100th episode, which will be out October 25th, I have launched a contest. I would like everyone who listens to this podcast to email what their favorite episode is and why. Send the email to mogulmotivation1@gmail.com. That's Mogul Motivation, the numerical number 1@gmail.com. So just send over what your favorite episode is, the title, and why it's your favorite episode. And on October 27th, which is the Friday after the 100th episode, I'm going to announce the winner, and they're going to receive some gifts from me as a sign of gratitude. So whenever you get a chance, please don't forget to do that. And also visit the website, www.mogulmotivation.com. Free and practical blog posts on how to start and efficiently run your business. So this week, we're going to talk about something very important. We're going to talk about professionalism. Earlier this week, I went to Checkers. One of my favorite fast food restaurants is Checkers. One day, I'm probably going to franchise a dozen of them. I love Checkers. I don't eat much fast food, but Checkers is one of the few fast food places I still eat at. And I went through the drive-thru, to get my food. And, I had greeted the person at the window. I smiled at him. And, he was just non-responsive. He didn't smile back. He didn't speak back. He just basically took my money, gave me my receipt, my food. I said, thank you. He just looked at me as if I was a ghost, and that was it. And I'm sure we see this a lot in retail. We see this a lot in the food service industries. But that doesn't necessarily make it okay, right? It doesn't make it okay because ultimately that is poor customer service. That's poor customer service, and that's poor professionalism. We have so many experiences like this on a day-to-day basis that we kind of accept it for the norm. It's kind of like expected for people to react that way towards customers. I have a lot of experience in the retail industry myself. That is, in fact, all the jobs I had before I became an entrepreneur was in retail. So I understand from that perspective how, you can be frustrated with life and all that, but it's still no excuse to treat customers that way, especially when the customer is being polite and kind to you. It's no excuse. You see, success in business is directly tied to your ability to work with people. It can be exhausting, yes, but you have to be a professional at all times. You see, you have to understand something. When you're dealing with people every single day, you represent your brand whenever you interact with somebody. If you're working a job, I don't care if it's at Checkers, I don't care if it's at Amazon, Google, a law firm, it does not matter. Whenever you interact with somebody, your brand is yourself. It's your character, your personality. Why do you think when you fill out a job application and you go through interviews and all of this, you got to go through those personality tests, when they ask you all these multiple choice questions that seem like repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. And in interviews, they ask you the same basic questions, it seems like, because they're testing your personality. They're trying to see what your brand is like. They're trying to see, can you get along with people? Are you going to be a team player? Are you going to be a troublemaker? That's your brand. That's why you have to be professional at all times. And if you're an entrepreneur, your brand is all of those things I just mentioned, plus your business. So whenever you interact with somebody, they're just not interacting with Antoine Taylor. They're interacting with your entire business. My company, True Stories Media, True Photo. If you go on our Facebook page and you look at all of our reviews, we have a 5-star rating. That's not what I want you to look at. If you look at each one of our reviews, you're going to find a keyword in almost all of those reviews. And that keyword is professionalism. We are professional to no end. That's what's most important to my company. That's what I put into the company culture. That's what I breed. Professionalism. All the time, 24/7. You see, last week I briefly mentioned that I want you guys to go back and listen to episode 63. Titles mean nothing. I really want you guys to go listen to that episode once you finish this one. Because in that episode, I talk about this. Titles mean nothing. It doesn't matter if you're a professional photographer. It doesn't matter if you are a lawyer. It doesn't matter if you are a professional makeup artist or if you own your own professional lawn care business. That means nothing. Anybody can be a quote unquote professional anything today. Because it's so easy to start a business and get business cards and call yourself something. You could be a professional, quote unquote, anything, but that doesn't mean you're a professional per se. I don't care what you do. If you cut grass, right? If you cut grass and you cut grass perfectly, it means nothing if you're rude and inconsiderate. You have to be a professional at all times. Professionalism is what's going to elevate you above the rest in your industry. Sure, having a good product, having a good skill set is very important, but it means nothing if you're rude, if you're not a people person. You have to be a professional. Because I guarantee you that once that adds on to your already great product, to your already good skill, it's going to elevate you. No matter what you do. If you work at Checkers, that's going to elevate you. That's going to get you promoted, which is going to be more money in your pocket, which is going to be more skills that you can acquire that's going to benefit you later in life when you do start your own business or when you do move on to your dream job. That's what it's all about. If you're going to do something, make sure you do it. Professionalism includes other things. Professionalism includes being polite, being proactive, and being persistent. So if you cut grass, make sure you approach potential clients politely. Make sure you talk to them politely. If there's an issue, make sure you're proactive with that issue. And if the issue isn't resolved right then, make sure you're persistent to fix that issue, no matter what you do. Because I guarantee you, if you do that, on top of the fact that you're cutting grass perfectly, you do that, they're going to continue to go to you so that you can cut their grass. And then they're going to tell their neighbor. Then they're going to tell the person down the street. The next thing you know, you're going to be cutting the entire neighborhood. Not because you can cut grass great, but because you're a great person. Because you're a professional. Because when you tell them if you're going to be there at 1 o'clock, you're there at 12:50. You're not there at 1:30, 1:45. I see so many entrepreneurs who do not value time. Time is not a value to entrepreneurs and people in general. So when you value time more, people are going to respect you more because they're going to be like, wow, this man, this woman does what they say they're going to do. They're really here. They're really going to do what they say they're going to do. That's what it's all about. It's about going above and beyond and doing the bare minimum. Do the bare minimum first and foremost, but go above and beyond as well. Be professional, be polite, be proactive, be persistent. That's what's going to get you far in business. That's what's going to get you far in entrepreneurship. That's what's going to get you towards your goals. And that's what's forgotten by so many people, ladies and gentlemen. So that's my message this morning. Don't worry about being pretty. Don't worry about being fancy. Just be a professional. Be a professional. Continue to work and continue to do what you got to do. And you're going to get there in due time. So have a great day. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next time.